What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the weekly Dev Talk, the JellyFC Dev Talk. This is episode 25 already, and bear with us. We're experiencing some slight technical difficulties getting people into the StreamYard stage. That's where everybody can join in onto the live stream at the same time. Let's see here. There you go, Trips. You're not on the stage. I don't know if you noticed that. Anyway, thanks for coming out, everybody. If we can get them in here, that would be great. I was just talking to Trips earlier, and he was trying to join it. We'll see if he's successful. But amongst the little things that I have been handling, I'll jump right into sharing my screen and adding or showing off the new item that's in our little merch shop, because we are going to be adding a new item, a new shirt, a new thing every single week, and showing it off or unveiling it during the live stream. In recognition of the Jellyfish Bitcoin mining pool that we have created, the team has created. I can only take credit for testing, but we now have another Bitcoin themed item with a little bit of JellyFC sprinkled on top of it. So let me present my screen right here. Share screen. There it is. Share. So last week there we go. Trips is in now. Hold on. Let me add you up there. Welcome. Glad to have you.
I don't know what happened. Yeah, it was weird. Anyway.
I think maybe it took you to the wrong staging room because we have so many like Streamlab links now. But so last week we had the Bitcoin shirt, and now this week we, of course, to go along with it, you got to have a Bitcoin mug. I'm actually going to order this, and then if it rotates around, or if it will let me rotate it, there is actually a little JellyFC logo. I don't know why some of these images aren't loading. There we go. Okay, so yeah, $7. I'm definitely going to go ahead and lock one of those in. Because Bitcoin's just doing some crazy things. So actually, hold on, let me pull up the price here. It's like I've been waiting for it to go down. You know what I mean? It's the pessimist in me, maybe. And look at that, 111,000. Golf claps in the house. By the way, everybody that wants to see the cat and they ask me, where's the cat? 99% of the time, he's in my lap now. So I apologize about that. Here, let me take.
We've been on a rip recently, haven't we?
Yeah, dude, it's just soaring. So if you had some Bitcoin, congratulations. If you didn't have some Bitcoin, I'm sorry.
I love that mug, though. Yeah, I'm gonna get one of those, man.
Yeah, I went ahead and I have one of the Bitcoin shirts coming in as well. Just because I had one of these with just straight up the logo right across the center. And I wore it until it literally the letters started looking all, how like when you wash something too much and it's not a good quality print. It wasn't from this company. But the letters will get the crease marks and then they start tearing, but it's still attached. So hopefully
or they get those little teeny holes in them.
Yeah.
And then that teeny hole turns into this big and then that big.
Yeah. Hopefully these shirts fare better. I was using now we're using Printify, but in the past I was using I think it was ink something, custom ink or something like that.
Yeah, customink.com or something like that.
Custom ink, yeah. Printify actually has like better prices from what I've seen.
For what it's worth, I got one of the Jelly coffee cups, and it's good. Like I don't know how to explain it on a ceramic mug, but it's smooth, you know, like you don't feel the logo, so it's not like they took a white cup and slapped something on it. It's actually
it's not like it's like ironed on.
Right. And it's gonna come off with your hot coffee.
Yeah. Have you put it in the dishwasher? Not to hijack our conversation.
No. I actually only anything with like pictures on it, I just habitually wash by hand. That way it's ready for the morning too, you know what I mean? Like just wash
I've heard some people you season your coffee cups. You're not even supposed to wash them. I wash mine.
I wash mine. Yeah.
Well, before we get into anything else, I wanted to give a shout out to the early birds in the chat. It looks like Migrating Rocks was actually our first commenter, and then Black Hat Team with a close second, followed up by The Man in the number 3 spot. Moving on down from there, we do have Mr. Batman himself and Plor. That's how you say it, right?
I think so.
PHLOR or L0R3 Plor. Well, we got Dan Bulmer in the house. What's up, Dan? Crypto Elder. My cat is just on something today. Buddy Love. Who else do we have? BP. Good evening, Jelly Crew. And we have Jackson Digital. By the way, guys, we are we had a game night Monday night. I've actually been under the weather the last few days, but Trips hosted it. So, Trips, how'd it go?
It was okay. Not as many people as last week. I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be hit and miss, I think, in the beginning, which is fine.
Yeah. Are we going to be pivoting maybe to a different day?
Yeah, I was actually talking because we actually, I don't know if anybody in the chat knows, but we have a staff meeting at like 8:30. We had to push it for the game night. So we were thinking about moving game night possibly to another night. Obviously, if you guys have any suggestions, throw it out, you know, in chat or in Discord, whatever you want to do. But just to ease up so staff can have a little bit more time to discuss, because we have the community meeting on Sunday, and then purposefully we have on Monday the staff meeting to keep it fresh in our mind. That way we know what's going on, and, you know, we're relatively quick or turnaround. But, I mean, it's not established yet, so I don't have a problem moving it. I mean, ultimately, it's really what when people will be there, I guess, because, you know, like the more the merrier, especially on gaming. So, yeah, maybe I was thinking weekend, but then weekends are for family and fun, and then I was thinking after stream, but how much are we going to want to stay up after the stream? So really, we're shooting around ideas. Again, if you have any suggestions, throw them in chat, throw them in Discord. Next week, I think, last week we played 0K, and we actually had some elites jump in with us, and they were like, oh yeah, I think they told me to put like a hard AI or something like that. And it decimated us. He was like, oh, I got him, don't worry. And it just decimated us. But we played a couple rounds of 0K. Fun game. But I think Lupe is going to do it this week, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Well, yeah, we'll give Lupe a chance. And then if he doesn't pipe up about it, then we'll just take the reins over again.
Yeah, I'm good.
I did want to show off the Veriscoin pool because I do have a video coming out, and I have placed some hash rate on there, put a few computers on there, got a couple phones on there, and I think with the little bit of exposure on the YouTube channel, it should be hitting blocks more regularly. It hasn't been, but we've been pretty low hash rate. So let me pull that up here and give it a little bit of credit. Dragon has put in a ton of work on this pool, by the way. So shout out to Dragon on that one. Let's see here.
Yeah, Dragon's been hammering on those pools, man. Shout out to Dragon if he's in the chat. I don't know if he is.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he is either. But right now I have a Ryzen 8745, a little mini computer, an N97 like Celeron, a Xeon, and I guess that's all right this second. I did have another Ryzen that I was running on it, but I've turned it off because that's what I'm actually using right now is my Ryzen 7 5700. But if you notice, I'm not using phones on this. I'm using like computers because Dragon also has helped put together a Windows like easy all-in-one GUI miner. So you literally launch it. Actually, let me see if I can pull it up on the screen here. You launch it. It's kind of small. Can I make it bigger? I can't. You put your wallet address in, you put your worker name in, and how many cores you want to use on that computer. You create a desktop shortcut, and then you just double click on the shortcut to run the application, and then it runs and automatically connects to our pool. So super simple. I think that's going to drive a lot of traffic to our pool because people are, it's just easy. You know, it's going to be easy to go to. And if you want to use your computer while you're mining, you can just turn it down a little bit. Like on my Xeon computer, I have it running like 12 out of the 24 threads, and I'm still doing like video encoding and stuff with it. And I haven't really noticed like a big degradation in performance because I just kind of like let that computer run, do its thing, and I'll check on it in a little bit. So different options, and hopefully we'll get some more hash rate on there and we can start hitting some more blocks regularly because the blocks have been a little few and far between. Let's see here. What's the current effort? 137%. So we're past due on a block right now, but the average effort has been 94%. So on average, we've been hitting blocks earlier than expected, which is a good thing. So we're getting there. 584 mega hash, I imagine, and we will revisit this on next Thursday's live stream. That hash rate's going to be higher, 100%. And only 15 miners. We're definitely going to have more miners than that. So I do like Veriscoin. I think Veriscoin is going to do good things in the long term. Currently, right now, we do not have JellyFC merge set up with Veris because the pool has been going through a lot of testing and it hasn't been regularly paying out because at one time, I think Dragon was one of the only guys connected. And then who's some of the other heavy hitters there, Trips? I think David.
Vaping Dave.
Yeah, Vaping Dave.
He's probably our biggest on there. He was talking and I think he jumped in the community meeting and he had, I'm pretty sure that's him. But he had 16 machines on it.
Oh, the Wizard with a 99-cent dono. Thank you.
Welcome back. Hope all is well, Wizard.
Let's see here. Any lucky miners out there, Rico? Lucky miners like the hardware, or lucky miners like lucky miners? Like he's a lucky miner.
I've never tried solo mining, so I can't say if I'm lucky. Jackson Digital with the 2 banger. Thank you, sir.
Much appreciated, Jackson Digital. Black Hat Team has 55 mega hash on there currently, so I imagine he's one of these, maybe 54 or 65. Because this only shows peak. What's cool is you can click on it and look at somebody else's stats. I like that. I don't know why.
It's a great interface. I mean, they really, Dragon and the back end team, I'm not sure how much Dave and Batman were involved. I'm sure they were, but the UI is so good. I like it a lot now. And it's going to get better.
Yeah, and I think that UI is going to be spread universally across all the pools, correct?
I think so.
And then they're all going to get like sandwiched together on like a home screen. So then it'll be like, you know, you Warthog, the Varus, the Bitcoin, Ironfish. I know Ironfish is definitely the black hat or the black sheep of the bunch because it's not running on mining core, which all the others are. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so that was one of the big things I wanted to talk about because that's one thing that I'm going to be working on pushing this week is doing some Veriscoin content showing how to use the Windows miner setup and then also showing off our pool and that kind of thing. So hopefully we'll get some good stuff. And look at that, Batman with the $13.99 of Canadian maple syrup money. Those $13.99s of that Canada money.
That's probably exactly like $10 because he knows the exchange rate probably in his head.
Probably. But thank you, Batman. As
Yeah,
usual, forever indebted to you. Let's see here. Oh, what's up, Danek? Welcome to the live stream. Forever and beyond. Yes, Rico. Well, I guess Trips, I can hand it off to you. Did we have things to talk about with the app?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Plugging along. We have pretty much worked through that. I don't know who remembers. I'll just update. Basically, they did an update to the platform that we were utilizing. So we had to, I don't want to say wait, but we had to wait a little bit for people to update certain things that we utilize in the program. I don't want to get too jargony, but basically had to wait for some stuff to get updated, and Batman on the back end, being the wizard that he is, figured out a couple substitutes that we can utilize, for this and that. So happy to say we actually are, Batman and I have been passing it back and forth. I think we passed it back and forth once or twice today. I can't remember, but making good progress on it. Trying to think of the next thing. Really, I wanted to touch on testers. I'm going to put the call out again. Thank you if you reached out to me. I really appreciate it, but we need more. We need a lot more. I think I have 7 to 10 right now, and I need 40. So we're trying to get, being as politically correct as possible, we're trying to get real people. We want real physical people, because essentially you have to have X amount logged testing so they know you're not just a fly-by-night type app. So rather than us use our devices within the team, I kind of wanted to get it out in the community. So again, if you want to create a ticket, if you want to DM me, whatever you want to do, just get a hold of me. I'm not going to message anybody first, as always, but please get a hold of me. We want to. We're hoping next week that we're going to kick off official testing. So that's not in stone yet, but I'm hoping by next Thursday we can have some really good news about testing. That's kind of the timeline we're looking at right now. But just work through all the boring stuff. Really, it was just sitting and typing and trying things and seeing what worked and what didn't, and then basically making everything compliant with the new update. So we're there now. We're doing awesome. It actually happened. Batman might kill me, but it happened a lot faster than I thought it would. So kudos to him. I really want to give a kudos to him. He worked both of us through it, and not gonna lie, when I opened the app one morning and it was just like broken, like it was broken. I drinking my coffee, and they did the update, but again, we worked through it. Next phase is going to be testing, as I've mentioned, so please reach out to me sooner than later. Once we get in the testing phase, I'm not sure how long we're going to be in it. Did my mic just drop?
No, I got you.
All right. I just
heard like I thought I was deafened on Discord, but I swear it sounded like a Discord notification.
Anyway, but yeah, we're doing really, really well. Pushing forward. We're gonna get there sooner than later, I think.
Awesome. We do have other things cooking in the background, but I mean, realistically, it's hard for me to speak on where they're at because I'm not directly involved with them.
I can touch on the community meeting a little bit. We were, really just Dave's working on the AWS migration. He and the security team were basically running through all that stuff, making sure it was good.
Which means our server is going to be hosted on the Amazon Web Services. For people that are, I've been asked, what is AWS? Because we say it a lot, No, it's all good. I'm just trying to think from people that aren't in the know. So then we should have even less outages, because we have had a couple outages within the last week, and I've had people reach out and they were very concerned because they have, funds on the network or on the Web3 portal, which is understandable. So we're trying to reduce outages to like basically zero. So with that being said,
other than that, Batman's working on the roadmap. I think we're going to nail down the stylized view of it, if you will, and then he's going to start attacking. I'm sure everybody in the team is going to help out at some point, but yeah, he's kind of spearheading that for us. Again, big thanks to him. So we're getting that kicking as the community requested. And just remind you again, Sunday nights at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard, community meetings. We'll be in taking care of business in Discord. So it's kind of a standing meeting as it is right now.
Trips, one thing that I wanted to bring up, and I figured I'd bring it up during the live stream. I meant to bring it up like our staff meeting, but why not even talk about it right now with everybody here, is maybe on our Web3 portal or on our website somewhere, we have literally one of the blocks in it, like, say like schedule. And on that, we can just have like a Monday through Sunday list. Like, Monday night is our staff meeting, and we can literally have it there so people know that we're having a staff meeting that day. And then, what would it be? Sunday night is the community meeting. And then Thursday is our live stream, weekly live stream. And then from there, we can have links to where they typically would be. So like the Thursday one would link to the YouTube channel. And then the Sunday one, which right now we're still just hosting the Sunday community meeting in Discord, but I believe we're going to outgrow that eventually. So we'll need a calendar. Yeah, exactly. I don't necessarily want to do like a full-blown calendar, because I think a Monday through Sunday with no dates satisfies it, instead of doing like, every single day, because we want to try to get on like the same schedule. And then that we can, once we lock down our game night, whether it ends up being, I think a lot of people are saying Tuesday from what I heard. Yeah. Then we can, kind of like fill out that week.
Right. Like a senior center.
Yeah.
When you go to the senior center and they're like, Monday bingo, Tuesday karaoke.
Yeah. Wednesday poker night.
Poker night, right?
Yeah, I know. I keep getting asked, when are we doing a poker night? Well, when it comes back around for my turn to host, there may be a poker night. Maybe.
That's a good idea.
If you can peel me off of 0K. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I got another game. It's a secret, but I got another game I've been playing a little bit.
Fair enough. We'll find out. We'll see if Lupe wants to end up hosting this week. Spoiler alert: I think Lupe is our resident race car driver, because, like, I mean, I don't want to leak the beans or spill the basket or whatever you want to call it. But did he just win again?
He got second.
That's, you know what?
That's what I'm saying. It's his second time, literally his second time legit bracket racing, and he's doing phenomenal, man. He won the first weekend.
He won. I think he won his like first official race. But I mean, if this man is still going at this kind of level, I mean, he ain't gonna have time for us soon. He's gonna be on the TV racing and stuff.
I know.
Yeah. No. Seriously though, shout out Lupe. You did awesome. Always cool to see somebody, sitting up there at the podium. I wish I could get up there.
He's giving me the itch, bud. I tell you what.
Yeah.
He's giving me the itch.
You can do some autocrossing with that WRX.
Well, I don't know. I'll break it and then I'll have to fix it.
That's Subaru ownership.
I know. So I'm thinking about buying something like a straight line car, I want one of those too. We'll see.
Get you a Mustang.
That's, well, my here we go again. But my little, I call him my little brother, but he's bigger than me. He's a Chevy guy. So is my dad. My dad's a Chevy and Mopar, so probably stick with one of those two. Maybe get a Mustang and LS swap it for you.
There you go. You get all the haters like all upset. You get them. I have nothing against it. I LS swapped my Thunderbird Ford, Chevy and a Ford at one time, but I ended up selling it just because with kids, there's never time. I don't know. I have friends that have kids, and they're like, "Yeah, man, we just went over here and did this and did that and did this," and I'm like, "When is there time? Do you watch your kids?" You know?
I'm not gonna say it, but
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying without saying it.
Yeah, I know what
We
you're saying.
talked about those parents putting their kids to bed or letting them go to sleep at midnight, like, you know,
Or drop them off at like a grandparent's house or whatever. Like, man, I want that. I wish I had that, but it is what it is. I still love my kids. And,
yeah.
Yeah, God, yeah, definitely. Although, and by the way, shout out before we get off here.
Yeah,
What's our price right now? Have we done good lately?
107 last I looked. I look at it every day, all day because of the app. It's on the front page of the app. Should be like 106, 107 last I looked.
I was gonna say I have been pretty not feeling great since like Sunday, so I have not been watching the price.
For all that don't know, old Brandon has been under the weather again. He won't mention it, but he pushed through for us again.
Dude, I can't even describe how bad. Like, so I had some videos I pre-record stuff for my Brandon Coin channel, and I had pre-recorded some like solo mining Bitcoin content like a week and a half ago. The problem with that content is Bitcoin's price was nowhere near what it was today. So I had shown like what it was pool mining with like a BitAxe, and pool mining with a BitAxe a week and a half ago was totally different than pool mining with a BitAxe now. So I ended up scrapping those videos, and I'm like, well, I'll just re-record something, when I go out there. Well, I haven't been on my computer since like Sunday night because I've felt so crappy, but I'm feeling good tonight. It's definitely on the up. Which also is on the up is our price. I just pulled it up on CoinGecko. Look at that. That's better than 106 and 107. Sir.
That's a lot better, sir.
Yeah. I'm not trying to jinx it. I'm not, you know what? Let's not even look at it. I'm knocking on wood, but it's heading in the right direction.
And
not like, a lot of volume.
But we'll change it a little bit, but rising tide lifts all ships. And I mean, Bitcoin go up I'm not a Bitcoin maxi by any means, but I understand the fundamentals and pairings, and it all goes to the OG at some point. So, I mean, what's good for the goose is good for the gander, I think is the saying.
Absolutely. Oh, Migrating Rocks brought up the Tangem call / meeting. That is a absolute great thing that I wanted to talk about. So Tangem Express, so they have a new rep. We have a new rep. Originally, we were talking to I believe, Norwegian man. I'm not going to leak his actual name. He's no longer there. He was super nice, was negotiating the deal for us, agreed on everything. This new rep, they want us to front a significant down payment before they print them. They do not want to do the front end website, collect all the money, wait till it hits a certain amount, batch, because they said they've had a really hard time hitting those batch numbers on the past couple they've done, which I believe I talked to Greater Good Mining, and he said his like batch order it wasn't months, it was like half a year. It was a long time for it to hit that threshold. I didn't think we would take that long to hit that threshold. And the one thing that, and during the meeting, he's like, well, if you don't think it'll take that long to hit the threshold, then you can just put up the money. The problem is the threshold that they want is 350 units at like 50 some bucks a piece. And they want you to cover 30% of it. I told them I would need time to think about it. But that wasn't the original deal that we had talked about. And he's like, well, things are changing, especially with the tariffs and the this and that. And of course, hitting it with like every different angle possible. I still want a Tangem. I would still love to have a Jelly Tangem. But putting up that amount of money, and it's yeah.
Could we do like a I'm trying to think, like if you could, I don't want to say stake's the wrong word, but stake your jelly, and once we get X amount of jelly in there, like we know we can get the wall, you know what I mean? Like we do what they were doing, but on our end.
So right now, 350 units at $50 a piece, which they're technically a little bit more than that with shipping and tax and stuff, would be $17,500. 30% of that would be $5,250 that they want before they're taking the next step.
Right.
And also I said, what happens if we don't fulfill, the 350 units? It's a deposit. We don't get it back. I don't think that would happen, but good gracious, $5,000 out to have a printed picture on a card. It did make me slightly sour about the deal. So it isn't axed, but it's definitely on ice. And I guess the other gentleman had negotiated out some of the deals with people, and they're axing those deals as well. There's a couple notable companies. I don't want to put them on blast, but they're no longer doing them either. So Rico, 5,000 for 350. No, that's the deposit. So they would start printing the 350 units. The 350 units still need to be paid for. And at 350 units being fulfilled, we would get the deposit back. If 350 units are not fulfilled, we do not get the deposit back. So $5,000 doesn't do anything for us other than, I guess, make them take us seriously, which previously I thought they were taking us seriously because of like the, influencer, basically social media and the reach that like Brandon Coin channel had. And I guess they were using that as their currency, kind of like, oh, we're going to work with this channel and that channel because they have, these audiences. Yeah. So.
Yeah, but $5,200 plus tax and tariff is.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy, but not impossible, like Rico said.
Yep, exactly. Nothing's off the table.
Should have left Lightning negotiate. Oh yeah, you know what Lightning would have said? He would have said, "Axe it, get us the one key." Shout out, by the way. You know what? And I have no problem even shouting it out. I have had issues out of my one key, but I think it was shipping related because my box was like dented in. I contacted one key and they sent me another one out. They were like, "No problem." Blah blah blah. My original one key had a cracked screen. And I tried to still use it, but it is a touchscreen device, and it was not hunky dory. But yeah, the one key, really really cool trick little device. It's got a camera, so you can scan QR codes to be able to send things, and it's like an all-in-one, basically like a little mini phone kind of deal. So and they have cards as well. And I've asked them about custom printing. They said they haven't done any custom printing yet, and I'm like, well, let's do it. Let's do it. So that's still, out there. But, yeah, not to hate on Tangem. I still like Tangem. They added us to their network. So at the end of the day, that was still a huge benefit. We are natively supported on Tangem. Also on One Key. So.
Well, you can just buy a normal Tangem and stick a jellyfish sticker off of our Printify on it.
This is very true. You can stickerify it, right? Anyway, it looks like my camera's glitching out. Do you see that on your end?
Yeah, a little bit.
I don't know what that is. It doesn't do that on my other computer. And I thought it was the graphics card. I swapped the graphics card out. It's still doing it. So something's weird. But
USB hub.
Maybe it's the hub. Yeah. It flickers. Stickers sound like a better deal. Yeah, stickers do sound like a better deal. We could probably work out something with one key. It's the USB port. Northern Lights. I'll try a different USB port because I have used this hub on the other computer. No issues. I have the problem. Okay.
Shout out to Northern Lights, our newest staff member. If you see Northern Lights around, helping you out, please be kind to them and treat them with respect.
Don't get fresh with them or he might boot you, right? No, but Northern Lights is a vast amount of computer assembly knowledge. Not necessarily like super deep on the crypto mining side, but if you have any like computer hardware question, you can ask him. And he's definitely got the ear to the ground, so to speak.
He put some nasty builds together too, man. Like some really good looking builds.
He does. He does. Actually, you can visit his website. If you go over to the Web3 portal, he's got a ad block up over there, and you can see some of the stuff he currently has. But with that being said, I'm not going to drag it out anymore. We are at 35 minutes. Much appreciated for everybody coming out, and take it easy. Don't freak out when Bitcoin is apparently. I was told, according to Twitter, Bitcoin's going to 200K next month. So they said, hold on.
I'm always wrong, so I'll say that's never going to happen.
There you go. Yeah. Just hold on to your britches. Apparently, Bitcoin million before the end of the year, right?
Let's go. I'm ready.
Yeah, I need more Bitcoin, apparently. Yeah.
I mean, I need more Bitcoin regardless.
Yeah.
Whatever the price is.
I know. Well, anyway, guys, adios. We'll see you on the next one.
Thank you, guys.
The stream is ending, but it's not ended.
It's not ending.